Hello, babies. Look at these old books I've got. There's Bugs Bunny birthday, and there is Cinderella's friends, and there is a Mad Hatter's Tea Party. And look, these books are really, really old, and they're little golden books. Look, it says this March 28th, 1952. That's a long time ago, but this little golden book belongs to Connie Sue Hutchinson. Do you know who that is? Connie Sue Hutchinson was my mommy. And today would have been her birthday. She would be 78 years old. Connie Sue Hutchinson. And see, it's got her name in it. I've got to be real gentle. April 23rd, 1952, Connie Sue Hutchinson. So I get my love for little golden books just real honestly. But I want to read this one because it's Bugs Bunny birthday, and today would have been my mama's birthday. And I can remember when I was a little girl just so admiring Bugs Bunny's cake. Look how pink that is. That looks like a good pink cake, and it's got the carrots in it. I bet it was a carrot cake. My mama, she made a real good carrot cake. So Mimzie has long been a fan. So we're going to read very gently this old copy from, like I said, this was a gift in 1952. So this book is really old. And we're going to read it real careful. It looks like somebody was been cutting in it. Oh, you don't see very much of the Bugs Bunny stuff with Petunia anymore. And you know, kids today don't know about Bugs Bunny and Porky. They don't know who these people are. And that's a travesty. So I've been working on the Charlie Brown phenomenon for many years now. Maybe I need to pick up the baton and bring back Bugs Bunny. Well, we're going to read it, and they've got great pictures. So Bugs Bunny looked cross and gloomy. This is cross and gloomy. He shouldn't have, for Bugs and his friend Porky Pig were on their way home from Petunia Pig's birthday party, and it had been a good party too. They were swell. That was swell, wasn't it, Bugs? Said Porky with a happy sigh. Good games, lots of prizes, and plenty of ice cream. My friends gave me a surprise birthday cake and ice cream last night, and I was very excited about it. Birthday parties, scowled Bugs. Here I had to spend the price of a whole bag of carrots on a present for Petunia. And who gives a birthday party for me? Ooh, he sounds tacky, bitches. Well, when is your birthday, Bugs? Porky asked as they came to Bugs' rabbit hole home. That's just the trouble, said Bugs. I don't know. Have you been to the city hall? Porky asked. They have everyone's birthday there, all written down in a great big book. Honest, said Bugs. Cross my heart, Porky said. We used to cross our heart when we made a promise when I was a kid. But there's the home of Bugs Bunny. Look at that nice little hole in the ground. I'm being real gentle with these pages. So next morning, bright and early, Bugs hurried downtown straight to the city hall. This page. You got to look at this page. Let me turn you over there. Hi, Doc, he said. He called everybody Doc. Hi, Doc, he said to the first man he met. Where do they keep the book they write all the birthdays in? Room 10, said the man at the end of the hall. Before he had finished, Bugs was on his way. Thanks, said Bugs Bunny. Hi, Doc, said Bugs with a cheery grin to the man behind the counter. Where's the book you write the birthdays in? What's the date? Asked the man. Well, that's what I want to know, said Bugs. Duh. Well, said the man with a shake of his head, not knowing the date makes it hard, but come along, son. We'll see what we can do. Old men always used to call all the little boys son or young men. He lifted down the biggest book Bugs had ever seen, and page after page after page they searched, but not a sign of a birthday for poor Bugs Bunny could they find. That is a big book. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be so gentle with this book. Sorry, son, said the nice old man as he slammed the book shut at last. Somebody clean forgot to make a note of your birthday, I guess. I guess so, said Bugs. Well, thanks. And he slowly walked away. Bless his little heart. Can you imagine not knowing your birthday? That'd be real sad. We're on this page. Just outside the city hall, Bugs ran into Porky Pig. Hi, Bugs, said Porky. How's the boy? Not so good, Pork, said Bugs. Looks like I just don't have a birthday, that's all. Gee, that's just terrible, Porky said. Let's go talk to the doctor about it. He'll think of something. So they're going to go see the doctor. Very interesting. He said, your birthday is just a week from today. A week from today? Wow, thanks, Doc, cried Bugs. And he and Porky raced away to tell their friends. Seems like we missed some of the plot there, but there doesn't appear to be any pages missing, but we can't count on anything. We're just going to keep going, and we're going to keep reading the story, and it's going to be fine. Bugs watched and listened as the days went by, but he heard not a word that sounded like a party for him. No one asked him to come over on his birthday or go to the zoo or anything at all. Now I have a birthday and nobody cares, Bugs said to himself with a sigh. Wasn't that a plot twist? All this time he's been wanting a birthday. Now that he's got one, nobody gives two figs about it. And it certainly did look that way. That morning of his new birthday came, and he did not even get a single card. Gosh, this birthday's no fun, said Bugs. I must say, I may as well have had a party for myself. So he emptied out his piggy bank. Look, I'm not against that. You go buy yourself the present. Don't think I didn't buy myself a birthday present. My birthday's tomorrow. And yes, I did. My mama's birthday was today. Yes, we were back to back. And my mama's granddad's birthday was yesterday. And my grandbaby's mama's birthday was yesterday. And my cousin and her son was the 3rd. And my niece was the 4th. And her mama's was the 29th. And my aunt's was the 22nd. All of August. So yes. My birthday's tomorrow. My mama's was yesterday. But let's keep going with that story. But I did go buy myself a birthday present. I want to make sure I got what I wanted. And he took all the money downtown with him. He bought himself a whole lot of new toys. A musical toy, a dart game. You know, when I was a kid, they used to have this game called lawn darts. And they were great big darts like this. And you could throw them up outside and they would come down and hit the target. Who came up with that? Does that seem safe? That's why we don't have them anymore. Gen X. A wind-up car, a fancy airplane, and a cowboy hat. I love a good cowboy hat. I don't have a good cowboy hat. I have a $7 straw cowboy hat and a $12.99 red, white, and blue sequin cowboy hat I wear on the 4th of July. I don't have a fancy for a real cowboy hat. And I'm from Texas. I am so Texas. The city I lived in when I was born is called Lone Star. There, he said, I guess that's as good as a bunch of birthday presents as anybody gets. Even if it isn't much fun to buy them for yourself. Yes, it is. It's real fun to buy them for yourself. Poor Bugs, he was feeling very sorry for himself. By the time he reached his rabbit hole house, in he went, sighing a dismal sigh. This is a dismal sigh. That was dismal. Then, surprise! I knew that was coming. The shout almost knocked Bugs off his feet. Happy birthday, Bugs, cried half a dozen voices at once. Look, his friends did come through. That looks like a Elmer J. Fudd before he was really Elmer J. Fudd. But, oh, look at there's Sylvester. Is Tweety here too? I'm checking out. These are old school Bugs Bunny characters. I'm trying to think what that's called. It's my brain's not. Looney Tunes. They're old school Looney Tune people. And as Bug blinked his eyes and looked around, he could see Petunia and Porky and Cicero Pig. I do not know Cicero Pig, but my dad's grandpa's name was Cicero, and he wasn't even Italian. But I need to find out more about this Cicero. This must be Cicero. Sorry, I lost my place. That Cicero just threw me off my game. That's not a name you hear every day. I'm going to name my next cat Cicero. And the others hopping up from hiding places all around the room, and they all had presents for him. Oh, there stood Bugs with his armful of toys he had bought himself, and he felt pretty selfish until he had a wonderful thought. I bought some toys, he said. We'll use them for prizes for the games. Oh, that is so precious. You never saw such a blind man's bluff. Look at him playing the game. This is another peanut races. They're having peanut races. Finally, everyone had won a prize, and Bugs Bunny had a whole stack of new birthday present toys. So everyone was happy. That's like a party favorite. I love that. Look at that prizes. He's got a tie with a carrot on it and a holster with a cap gun in it. I had one of these when I was a little girl. I had a leather holster, and it was probably not plastic. It was a good leather holster. And a baseball. He got some good gifties. A bag of carrots and a football. And, oh, yeah, that was a big day. I'm so proud of him. Then Petunia brought in a beautiful cake. All the best little golden books in with a beautiful cake. With a circle of candles on top and a big bowl of carrot ice cream. And they had a feast. Now, there is clearly a page missing that might have a little bit of writing or two, but we don't need it because we know that Bugs had a happy ending. He had a great birthday party, and I'm so happy that I found these old books and got to share some of them with you. You know, I just love a little golden book, but not as much as I love you. Happy birthday, Mama.